It's that specific kind of Tuesday night. You're sitting on your bed, the room is quiet, but your mind is vibrating with a noise you can't quite name. You've been home for 4 hours, but you don't feel at home. You feel like you're just recharging a battery so you can go back to the gray noise of the office tomorrow. You have this phantom itch to check your phone, to find a place to be, but every app feels like a crowded room where no one is actually talking to you. We are living through the Great Displacement. Historically, humans had three anchors. The first place was the home. The second place was work. And the third place, that was the anchor of the soul. It was the cafe where the barista knew your usual, the park bench where you'd sit for an hour doing absolutely nothing, the library, the pub, the community hall. It was a space where you weren't a consumer or an employee, you were just a neighbor. You were just us. But look around. The third place hasn't just disappeared, it's been paved over by the logic of efficiency. Every square inch of our physical world has been asked to perform or monetize. If you aren't paying a cover charge, you aren't welcome. We've been evicted from the public square and told that the comment section is a suitable replacement. But you can't lean your back against a digital wall. You can't feel the warmth of a room through a glass screen. This isn't a you problem. You aren't socially awkward or too introverted. You are a biological being experiencing a systemic loss of territory. We are the first generation to rent our social lives. Every time we want to see a friend, we have to book a table, buy a $10 latte, or schedule a catch-up 3 weeks in advance like it's a root canal. The spontaneity of being alive has been replaced by the logistics of being a user. Let's look at the first layer of this hollow feeling, the death of the unoptimized minute. In a real third place, you are allowed to be useless. You can sit with a book for 3 hours, and the only thing you've produced is a sense of peace. But modern architecture hates uselessness. It wants throughput. It wants hard chairs so you don't linger. It wants loud music so you don't talk too long. We've turned our gathering spaces into transition zones. We are always on our way to somewhere else, even when we're sitting down. This creates a state of permanent low-level anxiety, the feeling that you are loitering in your own life. We've optimized the joy out of our neighborhoods and wonder why we feel like ghosts in our own zip codes. The second layer is the digital simulation. Because the physical third places are dying, we've tried to build them in the cloud. We call them servers and communities. But these digital spaces are built on a foundation of performance. On a screen, you aren't present, you are perceivable. You have to have a take, a profile, an aesthetic. You can't just be a person in the corner of a digital room. If you aren't contributing to the engagement metrics, you don't exist. This is the ultimate hyper-reality, a world that looks like community but feels like a marketing meeting. We are starving for the weight of another person, and we're being fed a high-fructose corn syrup version of connection. The third layer is what I call the fluorescent hum of the private. Because public spaces are hostile or expensive, we've retreated entirely into our homes. We've turned our living rooms into everything rooms. It's where we work, where we eat, where we exercise, and where we seek entertainment. This sounds like freedom, but it's actually an isolation chamber. When your home has to be everything, it stops being a sanctuary. It becomes a command center. We are surrounded by the stuff of our lives, but we have no context for them. We are missing the weak ties, the casual nods to the postman, the 3-minute chat with the regular at the diner. Those aren't best friends, but they are the threads that sew us into the world. Without them, we are just floating particles. So, how do we find the third place again? It isn't about waiting for a developer to build a new park. It's a mental model shift from consumption to inhabitation. An inhabitant model treats a space like a relationship. It means choosing the inefficient library over the optimized delivery app. It means becoming a regular somewhere, even if the chairs are hard. It means reclaimed the unobserved hour, the time spent in public where no one is watching, no one is recording, and you are just part of the furniture of the world. We have to stop being users of our cities and start being neighbors again. This is a radical act of digital sobriety. It's choosing the weight of the physical over the speed of the digital. It's realizing that a messy, unoptimized 3-minute conversation with a stranger is more restorative than 1,000 curated notifications. I'm not saying it's easy to find a bench in a world of no loitering signs. I'm saying it's necessary. You weren't meant to live your entire life in the gray noise between your bed and your desk. Your soul needs a neutral ground. It needs a place where you don't have to be productive, where you don't have to be aesthetic, and where you don't have to buy your right to exist. The town square isn't dead. It's just waiting for us to stop looking at our phones long enough to realize it's still there. Tonight, before you close your eyes, I want you to ask yourself a question. Where is the one place you go where no one expects anything from you? If you can't think of one, that's your first mission for tomorrow. Go find your bench. See you.